Hello everyone. Today we are going to work on trying to make some chicken jerky with a package that I bought from a store in Gatlinburg called Beef Jerky Experience. I'll be honest with you, the beef jerky I bought there was not that great, but we're going to try this out, see how it works, and hopefully it will be better than the stuff we bought there. Here we go. One of the first things I need to do today is to wash the dehydrator. It's been put in storage for a while now, so it needs cleaned up, and we're going to do that today. And I am so glad, because I had forgotten that I had ordered these silicone tray liners, so that helps a lot. We've got a variety pack for the jerky that we're gonna make. It makes cracked pepper, honey barbecue, and mesquite. So we're gonna see how this turns out. One of my favorite things in the whole world is beef jerky. Can't tell by looking at me, but I am a weight loss surgery failure. And when I first had surgery, one of the things that I was allowed to eat was beef jerky. And I'd always loved it before then, but I love it even more now because it was very helpful. I was doing really well with my surgery. I'm not going to insinuate that the surgery was a failure. I was the failure. And I have nothing but excuses, but my main excuse is that I had surgery in May of 2019, and of course COVID hit and shut everything down. And with my anxiety, I was afraid to get out at all. One of the things that I've always loved to do, even before, when I was bigger than I am now, was I always loved to do 5Ks, and all that was taken away as well. So, you know, I just fell back into my old habits. And I'm trying to work on it again, but I'm not going to deny it that it is a difficult thing to handle. An addictive personality is a dangerous thing. That's what gets people hooked on drugs. My addiction was food. Still is. And one of the things that I have successfully given up is soda. I still don't drink soda. I have had sips of it here and there, but for the most part, I don't even, when I have tried it, I don't enjoy it at all. I drink water. I mostly drink coffee. I do drink carbonated water. The crystal ice, or whatever those things are called. Waters. I like those a lot. Got some roosters we're going to be processing in a few weeks. You may be hearing Billy Crow in the background. I got them from a lady who hatched too many roosters, and then I've got a couple of my own that we're probably going to do shortly after Thanksgiving. The husband is off the week after Thanksgiving. There one of them goes. Try to speed this up. I'm not a big fan of mesquite flavored things, so we'll see how this mesquite beef jerky turns out. There's a lot of soap on the edges of that. I'm going to try to plant some garlic today or tomorrow as well. I'll take you along with me for that. couple of pumpkins I'm going to roast and puree. We'll do those together as well. I have a lot of ideas in mind of things to do. And that's always how I've been. I have a lot of big ideas. Not great with the follow through. That's something I'm trying to work on as I get older. I'm already pretty old, so I don't know. I may be one of those you can't teach old dogs new tricks type things, but hopefully this dog can learn some stuff. I didn't have enough chicken to do this whole box of beef jerky, so we're going to do some actual beef as well. I've got some petite sirloin. Let's see, I've got tip sirloin and both tip sirloin. So we're going to do those along with the chicken tenderloins. I got these nifty silicone mats on Amazon, and I am really happy with them. Even though I had forgotten I bought them, that's how long it's been since I've used the dehydrator. Since we didn't have a whole lot to process from our garden this year. As I mentioned before, that life got in the way, so we didn't have a lot of garden for this summer. I had no reason to dehydrate, so. This should be fun. I've always wanted to make homemade beef jerky. Something I've always wanted to try, but I never, took the time to even think about it until I saw those kids. I thought, well, here's my time. So, we'll make it together. Have this little chit chat while we clean up and get ready. Also got an idea to try to sew an apron. I love aprons, as you see. I always forget to put them on, but that's something else I'm working on, trying to get into the habit of wearing aprons while I'm in the kitchen. We will start with the chicken. I was just going to try to go ahead and break the ice in that frozen beef so it could thaw out a bit more, but that wasn't happening. So we're moving on to these. Oh, look at that. This is already ready. We don't even have to thin it out. We'll just lay them out. See, this one is too thick. So we'll lay it on that piece. And this one's okay. That one's still too thick. It's too thick. This one's way too thick. That one I don't even think it's been sliced. Okay, now, rinse my hands a little bit because I hate the way my hands feel after touching meat. Put that there. So, our instructions say to mix 1 seasoning and 1 cure packet with 5 pounds of ground meat, half a cup of cold water, mix thoroughly. So, right now, I'm going to go ahead and cut these into smaller pieces, and then we will roll it out, because I don't want strips of beef jerky, so to speak. I'd rather have bites. There's a brand of beef jerky made here in Kentucky called Mingy Brothers Beef Jerky, and it's absolutely the best beef jerky I've ever had. And it comes in pieces and not like big strips of beef jerky. And while I know this stuff here could never compare to the Mingy Brothers beef jerky, I'd still rather have it in similar. Today is November 6th. It's the day after the time change here in Kentucky. And it is like 4 o'clock right now. And it feels like it's about 10 o'clock. Feels like I've been up all day. Come tomorrow morning, I won't be upset because I will enjoy feeling like I've slept in a bit. But oh, on the wax paper. Husband is out there busting up some of our wood for the wood stove, even though it is 76 degrees outside right now. November 6th in central Kentucky. Again, I won't complain. I will take this because it's not 76 and hot. It is like 76 and perfect. Rinse our hands again. Gonna lay out some new wax paper. Get ready to see if we can thin out these strips of chicken. Shouldn't take too much work if it works, because they're not that thick, but we will see. I'm also not the most graceful person in the world. I'm very klutzy. So I'm trying to do what the box said, which was roll it between 2 pieces of wax paper. I don't see that happening. Excuse me for that. Take that cutting board out. Not as graceful as I'd hoped, but it worked. So let's get us a bowl. Put this in here. I'm going to move chicken higher up on the wax paper because it seemed to slip quite a bit. I'm trying to come up the bottom. Something I think I'm going to try with the next batch is to tack this paper down. Let's see if that'll help it slip in there. So we're going to put it rolling around in there. How did our mothers, grandmothers, use rolling pins so much? I can remember my mother using a rolling pin all the time when I was younger. I don't reuse it. She also didn't use it between two pieces of wax paper either. And I can remember her rolling out biscuits using a rolling pin. Smushed the heck out of some of this stuff. Made it too thin. But it'll work. See, that one's bigger than what I would like, but it works. It's all for fun anyway, so. And these last few pieces here. Again, like I said, I'm not the most graceful person. I do what I can do to get by. Now, all my paper is tearing, so it's as good as it's going to get. And it's thin enough. A little chicken there. I'll cut up these other pieces. Excuse me. And we will get started on the curing and seasoning. Since we are using chicken, I'm going to put some wax paper down on the cutting board. That way I don't have to do as much cleanup after it's over. If you have any hints for me to make rolling pins easier to use, that would be fantastic. Just comment below and I will appreciate it. I've tried to do things older ways, like making biscuits using a rolling pin. And I watched my mother do it growing up so many times, but I don't have it in me because I grew up with the convenience of canned biscuits. Other things like that as we got older. And now, and I mean, I've made biscuits by hand, but it's just not as easy or convenient. We've been spoiled by all of our appliances and things like that. Something I do have in mind to do, hopefully, is we'll be butchering a few roosters, as I said, after Thanksgiving. And I'd like to collect old cookbooks. So I have several cookbooks from like everywhere from 1912, I think is my oldest, through the 1950s. And a lot of those cookbooks, as I was looking at them, they had all the preparation instructions, but none of the cooking instructions. And that was something that really confused me at first, and then I realized a lot of that, especially the 1912 through the 1940 and whatever, those things were made with wood stoves. They couldn't tell you preheat your oven to 350, bake for 45 minutes, because you didn't have the standardization of things like that back then. And so I think that was really eye-opening for me to realize that that was something that, you know, I was born in 1977. Things like that weren't really something that I had ever had to see my mother deal with, my grandmothers deal with, because they had modern stoves and ovens. So, but I've got those old cookbooks, and I'd like to, when we butcher those roosters, use some of those old recipes to cook some of that and see how that turns out. I think that would be pretty cool. And because, I mean, we've butchered roosters already, and some meat turkeys that I grew out. That, so I mean, I've cooked with really fresh meat before, that's not the thing, but just to see, because there's, in one of the 1912 and 1921, they're both Pillsbury cookbooks. They're, you know, it's like, use Pillsbury's best flour to do this, and use Pillsbury's best flour to do that. But it says, kill the chicken, pluck the chicken, or kill the chicken, yeah, pluck the chicken, cook the chicken. And I just thought that was, you know, compared to today's things, it was just pretty wild to see them say, kill the chicken. Because that would not fly in today's cookbooks. People would be in such an uproar. But that's something I hope to do soon, is cook some of the recipes from those old cookbooks. So, the beef jerky kit says, mix the contents of 1 seasoning and 1 cure packet. Seasoning, cure packet, with 5 pounds of ground meat and half a cup of cold water. Mix thoroughly until seasoning and cure are evenly distributed and mixture is tacky. Choose one of the 2 methods below to form strips, which we've already done. We did the rolling pin method. So we're going to do these in dehydrator, So it says completely load the dehydrator before turning the unit on. Dry the jerky at 160 for 4 to 6 hours. Rotate the racks and blot the surface of the jerky occasionally until done. So here we go. We've got the seasoning. Wipe this off. That's the pure seasoning. Oh, I just spilled it everywhere. Like I said, I'm very graceful. Smells good. We're doing cracked pepper and garlic. Excuse me. Excuse me. Definitely peppery. So seasoning and cure packet. And the meat. I was actually going to do it in this bowl, but in the instructions it says in a non-metallic bowl. So therefore we're not using that bowl. And a half cup of water. I have 1 whole cup here. So. Let me get my whisk. I forgot it. Probably should whisk it all up before, but we've got 3 packs of this, and what should have been 3 packs in the other box, but when I looked at it, it's only 2 packs. So 3 packs of cure, but only 2 packs of seasoning. And I was wanting to do this chicken as the cracked pepper, which is the 1 seasoning box or pack that wasn't in the box. Just dig in with our hands. Now I do not have 5 pounds of meat here, so it probably won't get tacky, and it probably won't be as good as it could have been, but I had this thawed and I wasn't going to thaw any more chicken. And since I'm doing chicken, I won't use the rest of the seasoning for the beef. It is what it is. It works. And actually, since I didn't have as much meat, I probably shouldn't have used as much water. But it's first try. First try. I've got to learn. If I ever want to do these things, I have to learn by doing, and that's what I am trying to do now. Rinse our hands. Get this dehydrator loaded up. And that'll be it for today. We'll come back tomorrow. And see how it turned out. It looks pretty gross, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. Now my nose is all drippy from sneezing. I hate sneezing. But this is what it is. of meat, and my dehydrator can handle. It's a good thing I didn't have 5 pounds of meat. My husband's mother has, or had, he has, an old Black & Decker dehydrator. We could run to if needed. But I think we can, I think we got enough room. I'll just smaller there. Put some of these smaller pieces in. Oh yeah, we've definitely got enough trays. And there's that. So, thanks for hanging out with me today. We'll come back tomorrow and see how this beef jerky turns out. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys have a blessed day. So here is the final product of our chicken jerky. You can see. Turned out pretty well. I did let it go longer than the box called for because it was chicken and the box was calling for beef. You know, you don't want to take any chances with chicken. But it's a little spicy. I didn't have a full 5 pounds of meat that it called for, so it went a little bit, got a little bit more flavor than it would have been if I would have had the full 5 pounds, but otherwise it turned out pretty well. Have a good night and bless you guys.